Lord Jesus is a fire. Woo, 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 woo. Nottoway Plantation down there right underneath Baton Rouge, home to 150-something slaves, is burning to the ground. Thank you, ancestors. Mind you, people love this godforsaken, evil-ass place. Look at this place, the shit they got on this property, y'all. They got the nerve to call this fucking cursed ground a damn resort. It was owned by John Randolph. May he burn in hell continuously. And all his fucking family members. And I hope some of them on this page right now. I don't know if the ancestors wanted to remind us to keep up the good fight of faith or what. Nigga, I ain't never been so happy to see smoke billowing. God damn it. Look at the beautiful, beautiful footage. I know. Some of y'all say, Darian, this is a historical landmark. Fuck this historical landmark. Burn, baby, burn. That's where it's located. God bless you, ancestors. God knows I wish we could have been there to put something on the grill when this bitch burnt to the ground. Here's to many more burning up. Fire.
Hey, yo, the ancestors wilding out, yo. The ancestors wilding out. The main building at Nottoway Plantation, the oldest surviving antebellum slavery plantation, has on fire, baby. The ancestors is not playing. A lot of people don't understand hoodoo. See, hoodoo, people think that we're just root workers. You know, your element is just earth and water. Oh, no. They use fire, too, baby. They use fire. And you know it's bad when it's on World Star, baby. I told you, 2025 and beyond. Listen, white supremacists, y'all have had your time. You've had your time. And now the ancestors, they have said, burn this shit up. Burn this shit up. I told you. The ancestors, they are not playing games this year, yo. I'm trying to not upset them. I want to keep them happy because, Lord, they are busy.
Hey guys, welcome back again to my channel. It's so good to have you. Thank you so much for clicking when you saw this video. So I came across a lot of black people's reaction on the Nottoway plantation burning down. Okay, a lot of white people aren't happy about it. Most of them were like, why is everyone so excited that, you know, people, this magnificent historic building got burned, instead of, you know, wailing about it and feeling bad about it. Everyone is excited about it, and they forget the fact that these people, you know, there are a lot of people who are enslaved there. A lot of things has happened inside that particular plantation. Well, I'm just going to come back with my commentary after I've read, you know, some of their reactions. Then we'll come back with the commentary. Let me know what your thoughts are, guys, in the comments. Let me know what you think about the Nottoway plantation burning down. Let me know what your thoughts are. And please go ahead and subscribe to my channel if you have not already. And don't forget to give the video a thumbs up so that more people can see it. Okay, credit to all creators on this video. So let's go watch. Then I will come back with my commentary.
Listen, Nottoway Plantation, the largest surviving slave mansion in the South, has burned to the ground. And while some might call that a tragedy, many black people see it differently. That mansion was built by enslaved black people, our ancestors. They were beaten, starved, and forced to work under brutal conditions, just to construct that massive home so the slave owner could live in luxury. Fast forward to recent years, and that same plantation was turned into a wedding venue. People were saying, I do, on the same soil where our people were chained, tortured, and killed. No reparations, no justice, just profit off of our pain. But now, that house no longer stands. And to some of us, it feels like a small bit of justice. It feels like our ancestors finally had the last word. Maybe the wind carried their cries back to the land. Maybe the fire was a message. You will not keep erasing our suffering. You will not keep celebrating what was built on our backs. That plantation wasn't sacred. It was haunted. And maybe, just maybe, with it gone, the land can finally begin to heal and our ancestors can rest a little easier. So no, we're not mourning. Let it burn, because sometimes ashes feel like freedom. Peace, y'all.
I had to sit up for this, because if it wasn't evident before, it should be evident now. The ancestors is pissed off, and Nottoway Plantation in Iberville Parish in Louisiana, perfect fucking example, baby. That place is burnt to a crisp. Y'all keep having all these weddings at plantations like it's cute. That's weird. You're literally having a wedding where someone owned fucking slaves. You clearly don't understand the history behind these plantations. Or, devil's advocate here, you do understand the history behind these plantations and you just don't give a fuck. Like, you really are getting married on the same grounds where people swung from trees. Baby, that plantation burned to a motherfucking crisp. To a motherfucking crisp. Do you hear me? Y'all need to stop playing with these ancestors. I said it, and I say it again. The karma that this country is about to get, unprecedented. Unfucking precedented. There's nothing that you could tell me to make me believe the ancestors ain't let that motherfucker burn to the ground. Do you hear me?
Hey guys, I got a statistic for you this morning. You know what's not left? 50 or 13% of that plantation in Louisiana. Burn, baby, burn. It's going burn up. Burn, baby, burn.
Ever since we done had this unity with the gingers and the black people and everything else and everybody standing up, woo, that plantation burnt down to the ground. Our ancestors are in the back, just smiling, clapping, and rejoicing. Because that plantation burnt to the ground. And I know people going to be like, what's a historical landmark? It's a historical landmark of what? We don't care nothing about no plantations. They are not romantic to have weddings. It burnt down. Y'all, it's gone, it's gone, it's gone. As soon as all this stuff started happening on the FYP, breaking news. Breaking news. Y'all go see. I think it's the Nottoway Plantation in Louisiana. Burnt to a crisp.
You know, America is a very strange place, and I think one of the best pieces of evidence in support of that is the way that we treat plantations. I know the comparison gets drawn a lot. I won't even make the comparison. You know what it is. But it is so insane. The way that people go for picnics on plantations, the way that they get married on plantations, the way they aspire to live in plantations in this country. If there were, this country is not apologetic. Let me put it that way. But anyway, the largest historical plantation in Louisiana just burned down the other day. And I see a lot of people celebrating. And I understand why. From an energetic perspective, this feels like a release. It also feels very reminiscent of one of the scenes in Sinners, which, you know, crazy timing. But from a historical preservation perspective, I actually think it's quite concerning and kind of reflects a lot of the other forms of erasure that are happening in this country, in our educational systems, in our museums, in our laws. I mean, this is actually quite sad. You know, there are people here and today who deny that the slave trade ever happened because of the lack of slave ships available for viewing in museums or just preserved generally. You know, this whole joke about redheaded white people being black people spiraling into a situation where people are actually trying to assert that redheads have a similar shared historical and cultural context. You know, these jokes get taken more seriously as the reminders of what the reality of this country is continue to fade away, both intentionally and passively. Under the weight of time and under the weight of oppressive regimes. Like, even the word plantation itself functions as a euphemism to some degree in my mind and as a tool of erasure. Like, there were work camps all across this country and across this half of the planet where we were bred like animals, assaulted, murdered for fun, right? Eaten, turned into chairs and purses, exploited for labor generation after generation after generation after generation after generation after generation. And people can get married there, put the wedding photo up in their office, and not expect anyone to bat an eye. That's America.
You know what's crazy to me? I'm seeing people have compassion for a burning building, talking about the beautiful architecture, but don't have any compassion for the people and what happened to them that built the building.
I'm on my way to speak at a rally, and as I'm waiting, just going some comments, I see some weird comments about this Nottoway plantation. Oh no, the place where I had my wedding is burned. Oh no, the place where I took vacation is burned. Oh no, the place where I did a photo shoot is burned down. Oh my God, it wasn't, we know what it started, but it wasn't like that anymore. Babes, you can't decolonize everything. Some stuff you gotta burn down to the ground. Not everything can be decolonized, especially the site of brutal enslavement of African slaves. Especially the site where Black Americans have to drive past and go past, and one of their ancestors were brutally tortured, lynched, whipped, and so much more there. Anything involving chattel slavery is inhumane. It can't be decolonized. She says, living in a country that was big on chattel slavery, one of the many. But not everything can be decolonized. Sometimes you gotta let it burn. Now, do I care about your upcoming nuptials? Nope. Do I care about your upcoming vacations? No. Do I care about your upcoming photo shoots? No. And to And to want to take a site like that and turn it into your place of joy is very much giving white supremacy. Because it very much says we don't care about the souls that were lost here. Probably from some of y'all forefathers. Anyways, like I said, it can't be decolonized. You gotta burn it all down to the ground. Have a good day.
Seeing a lot of white people make videos and saying, oh, that, they were actually crying over it. Yeah. And talking about how some of them had their weddings there. And, some of them say, oh, I had my photo shoot over there. Some of them saying, oh, they are planning to actually visit or even sleep over there. Yes, I saw a comment of a particular lady who was saying that she wanted to go sleep there, that she was looking forward to going there for camping also. I don't even understand. And people were asking her, why in God's name do you want to do that? She never replied. Well, that's to show you, how these people see all of this. Like, this is a plantation, for God's sake. Why was it turned to a resort in the first place? Because this is a plantation that was built with the sweat of, enslaved black people. So how come it turned to a resort? Okay, I have seen a lot of comments recently where people were saying that um the only plantation that keeps teaching the black history and everything that happened to the enslaved black people is actually Whitney Plantation. Please let me know if you have visited there in the first place. Let me know, okay, and what you think. But I saw a lot of comments like that, people saying that. And I also saw a particular guy a white guy who did a video and was like, he worked at this particular plantation that got burned, this Nottoway plantation. And he was sharing how he almost got fired just because he was telling people the truth about what really happened in the plantation, right? But they tried to sugarcoat it and not tell people the truth of what really happened, everything that went down, okay, inside that plantation. So he was talking about it, and I saw in the comment section where a lot of people were saying that this is exactly what has been happening for years, and nobody really said the truth about all that happened. Nobody's talking about it. Nobody wants to, talk about it and all that. And I'm like, but in the first place, are we even supposed to be talking about having a resort in a plantation? Okay, yeah. Is that supposed to be any form of resort in a plantation in the first place? I don't think so. I really do not think so. A plantation is a plantation and it should hold whatever it is, okay, and respect the people who has built that place. Yeah, there could be tours of people coming to see what happened in a plantation and hearing undiluted history. But it's quite unfortunate that I don't think people are getting that undiluted history that they really wanted. Now you see a lot of videos of people who actually had their weddings in that plantation, people who had their birthday celebrated there. These are actually the people who are not so excited about the whole plantation burning. Okay, so I also read somewhere that this fire had occurred some time ago and it was quenched, okay, just a few years ago. Yeah, I think so. All of a sudden, this fire came back in just this year, this May, and everywhere exploded. Really, it's something to really look into, right? Because somebody was saying in one of the videos, he said just recently when the black and the red-headed people came together and said they are now one, like black ginger is black, right? When this video came out, somebody said that gingers are also black. Just when they're about to come together or they have decided to come together, all of a sudden the plantation where they all work together is going down or had gone down. You guys didn't see the picture of that building and how it ended up, right? Somebody was saying that they might want to rebuild, but you can never still have the same feel, right? It's supposed to be history, right? And even if you rebuild, I don't think it still represents exactly what happened or how it happened and all that. I know the building has been there for ages, and definitely they want to, rebrand it, repaint it, and all that once in a year or something. But that also, the rebuilding will not, will not make it the original. So coming to say, oh, I want to come and check out what's happening and making it maybe like a tour center might not be possible. And to think that somebody actually recently bought that particular uh magnificent building and now he's at a loss. Okay, rebuilding it will cost the person a lot of fortune, and I don't think they want to go through that route. Okay, because yes, it's going to cost them a lot of money. And that year when they built that particular place, you all know that it was enslaved people that built it, and I don't think any of them was even paid the way they're going to be spending so much money to do that right now. Well, let me know what your thoughts are, guys, in the comment. Let's have that conversation in the comment section. Please go ahead and subscribe to my channel if you have not already, and don't forget to give the video a thumbs up so that more people can see it. I look forward to seeing you all on my next video. Bye, guys.